Oh boy, how are ye? It's good to be back here in the Roach Motel once again. It's Josh Potter and the Josh Potter Show. Oh boy, if you're watching this in real time, and you are in my hometown of Buffalo, New York, tonight we have a show, Helium Comedy Club. The night before Thanksgiving, it's the biggest party night of the year. Let's make it so. Come on out to Helium Comedy Club tonight. 1 week from tonight, Josh Potter and friends at the Brea Improv. The friends are as such. We have Miranda Meadows. We have Chase O'Donnell. We have Annie Letterman. It's going to be a hell of a show. Brea Improv, Southern California, on the 29th, 1 week from tonight. And then La Jolla Comedy Store, December 1st through 3rd, and Tampa Bay Side Splitters, the 22nd through 23rd. All of those can be found in the description of the episode. Just click it, and you'll find ticket links there. Josh_Potter on Instagram, at J_Potter on Twitter, Patreon.com/The Josh Potter Show, and Twitch.tv/Josh_Potter. JoshPottershow@gmail.com is where you can send in music like Griff Parker did with this bad boy, or you can send in your articles, whatever you want to do. Today, first time here in the Roach Motel. She's an actress, a comedian, a singer. All of the above. Writer. What else? Am I missing anything?
Mentally ill.
Mentally ill. It's Jessica Michelle Singleton, everybody. Hooray.
Yay! Thanks for having me. I'm excited
Please
to be
plug
here.
all the things.
Man, you can follow me at JMS Comedy. That's all my stuff. And I got a bunch of shows. You can get tickets at jmscomedy.com/tour. I'm going to be in Alameda, California, and Milwaukee, and Atlanta, and Chattanooga, Gainesville, Georgia, Austin, a bunch of places.
Wow.
I'm going to add more. So just keep coming. Never stop coming.
Never, ever.
I can give you one piece of advice. Dehydrate yourself coming.
I never started.
Oh, well, that is... What a bummer. You should fix that. It
We're
would
working
be a
on
lot
it.
happier.
You're telling me, sister. So you're from Florida.
I went to college in Florida.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, because you're not from Florida, I thought.
I'm from a
confused.
cluster.
You literally told me, you're like, oh, I'm from there. And I was like, I didn't think that was true.
It's not. I have a lot of family that lives in Tampa, and that's why, because you said you're going to Tampa. Side Splitters is where I started comedy.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I did my first open mic, and then I was like, I'm going to Hollywood. Like a
That's
idiot.
a cool club to start at, though.
It's a great club. They're good to comics, and Tampa seems to have like a scene that's really like starting to blow up. Although I don't know if they're still like this, but they definitely had the like, you pick a club, because they've got an improv.
Oh, yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean, I don't know who would dictate that. If it's sometimes it's the Improv that does that.
For sure.
I love the Improv. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no. But there used to be a different owner of Side Splitters, this man, Bobby Jewell, who just, I have nothing negative to say about him, but because I just didn't really know him because I left, but he was a cartoon character. An old school club owner. He had like a toupee and a cigar, and he'd always be like, yeah, he'd like go up and feature sometimes instead of paying a feature, like that type of.
I'll just do it.
And he'd always be like, it's show business, as he was like trying
Hey,
to like take
Jessica,
more money.
you want to come to my hot tub with my wife and I?
But so they were good to me, and then I moved out here. But I was born in Germany.
You were born in Germany?
Yeah, I'm one of the good ones.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hitler would have loved you.
I'm actually ethnically half Jewish, so.
Hitler wouldn't have loved you.
But I would have snuck under the radar. I would have been hiding people, sneaking them out. I don't know what I would have done.
So where's home then? Where do you call where do you claim, I should
Alaska.
say? Alaska.
Okay, so when I was 3, we moved to Mississippi, and then when I was in sixth grade, my mom drove me and my brother to Alaska from Mississippi.
Not a lot of sports, like in terms of professional sports, in Alaska.
Not at the top tier level, but we used to have a great ECHL hockey team, and that was
ECHL. Well, that's
rallied behind the Aces.
Yeah, they're still there, right?
No, maybe they are back. They went away. The Sullivan Arena, which is our big arena in Anchorage, I think for the last 2 years or during COVID was just a giant homeless shelter. It's
like
a
many
dark
of the
place.
arenas.
Yes. So, and I played hockey in high school. I played a lot of sports,
The arenas do become refugee shelters. It's good to know that that's what's going to become of all of them at some point.
Yeah,
probably,
when the apocalypse / whatever economic crumble happens.
Mm-hmm. So when you cry, oh, my taxpayer dollars went to build the arena, you're going to be living there someday.
Yeah. Just hope you get floor seats.
Yeah.
Or depending on where you live, maybe you want the nosebleeds because heat rises.
Remember during Hurricane Katrina, all the people lived inside the Superdome.
The Katrina Arena.
Yeah, it was like...
That's crazy.
They all went to the Superdome. There were people like... The Superdome became its own little city, and there was crime happening in the Superdome.
People were just getting looted in the Superdome.
They were getting R-worded. It's the nice boy clock still, so we got
the R-worded.
Not the one, not Chris Broussarded, the other one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
Ladies.
It was crazy out there. Yes, it was like insane inside the Superdome. People were like, trying to feed their babies, and it was like...
And people were like, she got it out. Get her. Get that. Hey, we're all suffering. Give me some of that milk.
Yeah, I'm hungry too, mama.
Just a bunch of crazy New Orleans creepies.
But get ready. I mean, no matter what town you live in, hopefully there's an arena nearby where you can someday have nuclear fallout because it's coming.
Because it's all we'll have left.
So if you... So growing up in Alaska... I mean, the sun and everything, is that true?
It's true, yeah. In the summertime, it doesn't set.
What?
It's insane. But the rest
I'd be
of the
an
year,
insomniac.
It's like so
I'd
dark.
look like a psychopath. I'd have black eyes.
You already look like a psychopath.
Well, I mean, okay, yes. But imagine, if you will, the sun never setting. I would be like Kramer in the episode where he's got the Kenny Rogers thing outside. I'd be like... I'd be fried all the time.
Oh, yeah, you have to get blackout curtains. It's wild. And then in the wintertime, where I lived, it would get down to 3 hours of daylight.
That's when I'd thrive.
I was born for this.
They're like, Josh has been oddly productive this however span of time it is since the sun has left us.
Then then Alaska's actually a good place for you and just get out in the summer. Because that darkness, man, the level of depression... And we got a lot of psychopaths. I mean, the murder and R word.
Yeah, that happens there a lot.
Suicide, oops, the S word. I don't know. What are we not allowed to say anymore?
We say slip and slide sometimes here, just in case these algorithms come after us. But,
slip and slide.
Yeah. That's what Kirsten
I survived a slip and slide.
Yeah, I had a slip and slide attempt. But no, I don't know if it would be like, I think with all that darkness, it would be like the China syndrome of depression where I would just come out the other side and be like a better person.
I don't even know what China syndrome is.
China syndrome is when...
Feels racist.
No, it's when, in terms of a nuclear reactor, when it's, what's the word, combusting or whatever, when there's a meltdown, a nuclear meltdown.
Yeah.
The core of the reactor actually sinks into the earth. And the China syndrome is like it'll if it gets beyond repair, it'll sink through the entire earth and come out the other side in China.
You spend a lot of time thinking about nuclear fallout.
I kind of do. There's an old film called The China Syndrome, and it's about a nuclear reactor, and it was very similar to what ended up happening in 3 Mile Island.
That's so terrifying.
Yes, it is.
What a great metaphor for you.
But it is a great metaphor. I do love... I try to I always often try to crawl through the muck and mire and come out the other side, China syndrome style. That's the way I get through life.
I think I probably am honestly same.
Yeah, right?
Although with something like that, people are like, I went there and I came out better. It's like, do you mean you just left and it got better?
Yeah, did you just crawl out of the tiny hole you built?
Oh, the sun came out and you got
Get
vitamin
through the
D?
other, yeah, just go through the darkness. Go to the other side and see what's through there.
It's psychotic. I have friends I love there, but do not miss.
I'm in my own darkness right now, I will say, as we begin. We're going to talk a little bit about sports. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, no.
Beep, 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 beep. Beep 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 beep.
Oh, that's the best way to get into it ever. Well, all the perverts out there want me to address the Buffalo Bills, obviously, and we're taping this. I'm, full transparency. This is being taped prior to the Jets game. I might go to the Jets game. That's why I'm going home, so I have to tape this a little earlier. We only bank a couple episodes here and there through the course of this podcast. But Russell Wilson beat us. Yeah. And it was in dramatic fashion. And it was like he didn't want to win. We did everything we could to lose. Damar Hamlin, who almost died last year. I don't know if you ever heard of that guy.
I remember that
Okay,
guy.
You remember that guy? Well, he hasn't played all season. Guess what? He decides to play on a drive, the final drive of the game, where the Denver Broncos could potentially win.
Oh, shit.
And then the winning field goal, to win the game, they kick it, they miss. We have 12 men on the field. Guess who the 12th man is?
Ooh.
It's Damar Hamlin.
Oh, no. Oh. What a comeback, huh?
Yeah, the city of Buffalo.
Turned on
let's
him
just say
immediately.
that coin flipped a little bit. Everyone's rooting for prayers for Damar. Everyone's like, I wish he stayed dead. Like they were
yeah, no, just
upset.
Get him out of here.
So it was a trying time, and that's all I can really say about that. I don't know how the Jets game went. It already happened. You're watching this. I could be in even more disarray.
Oh, God, I hope not.
But I'm not, I'm going to just try and keep in terms of people dressing me about it, people like to make their jokes. They like to come up to me and be like, oh, the Bills, Don't do that.
It's hard being a Bills fan.
Yes, but also you don't need to point it in my face. I don't really, that you think you're giving ha-has to me and we're having a little ha-ha together. We're not. I am upset. This is like if you were to make a ha-ha about Israel or Hamas or something. I would, that's the same kind of, it's the same. I'd be like, don't you fucking dare. You know what I mean? I'm very staunch on one side in this regard.
Well, when you get looted in the arena because of this behavior.
I'd love to live in the Bills arena. Are you kidding me?
Are you also a Sabres fan?
Oh, yeah. Big time. And they're also doing, Tage Thompson just had an upper body injury. He'll be out for a significant amount of time. It is the doldrums right now for a Buffalo sports fan.
Well, at least if they're injured, they get to rest in scenic Buffalo. Mm-hmm. I love Buffalo.
Buffalo's great.
It's great.
You're not going to hear me say anything bad about that.
And I've never met someone from Buffalo who wasn't delightful.
Thank you.
There's some cities where you meet a lot of miserable people.
Sure.
And Buffalo, and I'm saying this based on my experience. No. Oh, come on.
Sorry.
A miserable person from Buffalo called?
No.
I have something to say.
No, that was a miserable person from LA.
Ooh, I want to gossip.
No, but you were saying, well,
just based on weather and stuff, you could be. It gets cloudy and stuff there.
Oh, sure.
But
we don't see the sun ever, and we get more depressed than angry, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that makes. Oh boy, I default that way.
Yeah, I don't get angry. I get sad.
I get so sad immediately.
And you find your fellow Buffalonian is also sad, and then you come together. You get a case of. That's why we drink like fish. There's a bar everywhere. And then when I go to another city, it's alarming to me how few bars are around. I get upset. I'm like, where are all the bars?
What do people do? A grocery store again?
In Buffalo, you could walk to 7 bars no matter where you live. It's amazing. It's Disneyland. And
for alcoholics.
Well, I guess. And that's the thing. Everyone keeps using that word around me lately. And it's like, I guess I am, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I am. But it's like everyone from Buffalo is then. And pretty much everyone has a DUI.
Producer, can we pan out to the IV full of beer?
I drink an IV of beer. What does that say?
It says 22 bars per 100,000 residents in Buffalo, which is quite high.
That's pretty good. Hey. And I thought that's every city. I thought that's just what being an adult is.
Anchorage is a lot like that. We have, I think we have a fair amount of bars. There's one strip of downtown where that's...
I think where it snows heavily, you're going to find a lot of things like that. Yeah,
you need to drink. It's coping and also keeps you warm.
There's something cozy to me about going to a bar on a snowy night, then getting in your car.
And driving into a snowy tree.
And
then you just fall asleep.
Hey, it's the ICE officer. And he's like, yeah, I had a hard time out here too.
And he knows your name. And he's like, just get on out of here, bud.
Last week, though, we talked about... you know who Bill Belichick is?
I sure do.
He recently was caught on a ring cam having a walk of shame.
What?
At 71 years old. He left a lady's home. And it's just a video of him shirtless leaving this Nantucket home.
Jesus.
It's not bad. It's kind of like, it was the very first
Put
time.
a shirt on.
Well, that's the thing. He like left it inside. You ever leave a walk of shame in haste and forget something? I've one time left my underwear.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this little story.
I left my son.
You know, I left a child behind. I notoriously, you know, have told how I have my difficulties ejaculating inside of a lady.
Oh, wait.
The nice
do you have, out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
which you may have already addressed for everyone who listens, but for me,
No,
who
of course,
hasn't
yeah.
heard this episode where you talk about it, but what about outside of a lady?
Oh, no, I can finish myself onto or alone. Yes.
But if you're inside a woman...
They aren't able usually to make it happen.
Oh, you're blaming the woman.
Oh, no. That came out poorly.
Oh, the one that's natural selection.
Yeah, no, that came out poorly.
That's your sperm going, this isn't how our future should go.
There's a lot of theories about that where it is kind of like a thing where it's like, hey, we're not meant to do this.
Hey, no. To the tissue.
Yeah.
Hey, whoa.
And
if
I
there's
think-
not tits, I'm not coming out.
And evidently I might have a larger fear when it comes to that kind of thing. We're working on it. Anyhow.
Welcome to therapy.
One of the few times in which it happened, one of the times where it like was purely unexpected and I can't believe it happened. I was having sex with a girl and it happened and I was like, oh, I was so shocked. I was like, oh my God.
I hope you didn't go, I can't believe I came.
I did. And she was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I literally like.
That woman has never recovered from a man going, I can't believe I came.
She's fine. She's totally fine.
She's doing great.
She actually wrote a blog about it. But I got up immediately and like I felt scared. I was like, I apologized to her because I just came inside of this woman.
I mean,
and
that's
I was
a
like,
nightmare.
I'm so sorry. She goes, it's fine. I have an IED
IUD?
or whatever. Yeah.
IED?
A roadside bomb in my vagina.
I mean, basically, in a manner of speaking, it's what
Sure.
it is.
They should just name it that. But so she told me she has that. I go, oh, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did that. She's like, it's fine. And I put on all my clothes and I left and I passed out on her front lawn. And then I came to and I just went home and later she was like, you left your underwear here. I never put on my underwear. I just put on my jeans and walked out and passed out.
So you were shit-faced.
I was not shit-faced.
Well,
I was
you were
so
just
shocked that I came.
overwhelmed?
I was dizzy. Like, you know that
all
thing
your
that-
energy, you just run on cum, and then it was gone, and you're like,
I guess it was so crazy. Like I couldn't see. Like, you know when you stand up too fast and you get that like purple.
no, I don't
Yes,
get
they're
purple.
nodding or whatever. You're like
I feel it, but I don't get see like.
where you can't see all of a sudden. You know when you.
Oh yeah, like a blurry.
Or
But
you ever get
purple?
faint? You ever get faint?
Yeah.
And you have that
Every
thing where you
s-
can't see all of a sudden.
Yeah, once, and then I had a seizure.
Oh boy, oh boy. Well, maybe I
Hey,
did. I don't know.
I go full force. I'm all or nothing.
Oh my lord! But no, I had that happen and I passed out on her front lawn. And this lady wrote a blog. Wish I could find that blog. I'll have to find it.
I
and ask her.
can't
I'll bring
believe
it
I
back.
came.com.
No, her thing was like he left his underwear. Like I don't know. It was this salacious. But you're never gonna find it.
And
'cause
then
it's-
she's like-
I'm not named in it or anything.
And that's when I knew I had to whip up my recipe for sausage balls. And she's just like,
She was just like a woman that wrote smut, you know, and I was included. And she goes, "I wrote a blog about you," and then she sent it to me, and I was
oh
like, "All right,
no.
cool." But anywho, Bill Belichick. So he did this walk of shame. Which, like I said, he left his shirt, and then he's walking out of the thing, and he's like, oh, it's like the morning, and he's putting on his shirt as he's walking out of this
Is
home.
there any shame? He's out yawning.
Yeah, he was really, I
public?
mean, at 71 years old, would you have any shame when
Does
that
he have a
walk-
wife?
Not anymore. He divorced her.
Just now because of this? Or
No. Right before. He's like on a tear right now after a divorce. It's a
let
post-divorce
the
tear.
man
Get his
run
dick wet.
how long was he married? Does anyone know?
A little while. I think
was
he's
it
been
like a
multiple
fourth,
marriages.
fifth wife?
Yeah. I think he's in his multiple. It's at least second.
I'm sorry. Look, I think most men are pigs, but like a man can't judge this man. If you
I would
were
never.
him and you're fresh out of a divorce, is his dick still works? Good for him.
Hell yeah! This is the only time I actually like look at Bill Belichick and went, cool.
Yeah. He did that on purpose so he could show his wife that his dick's to his ex-wife. He's like, it was you,
What does that say,
Cheryl,
Rob?
or whatever.
It says Belichick married businesswoman Debbie Clark in 1977, but they divorced in the summer of 2006.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
long
then he
time.
got married since then, right?
I think he was just in a relationship with Linda Holiday, but that was 2007 to 2023. So
And
this year.
Wow.
and a receptionist from the Giants, Sharon Shinoka.
He loves the Giants. Mark my words, folks. Bill Belichick will be the head coach of the Giants next season. I'm saying it right now. Dable's going to get fired, and Belichick and the Patriots will go their separate ways. Bill Belichick loves the Giants. He's always said it.
Oh, the
He
Giants. I mean, how are Giants fans going to react to that, though?
They'll love it.
Well, yeah, it's about how quickly people turn. Like, fuck that guy. Oh, he's coming to us?
Yeah.
Dude, all my
exactly.
family, Giants fans, hate the Patriots, and they live in Tampa, and what a leaf turned when Tom Brady's a fucking piece of shit. Oh, my, hey, we got Tom Brady. It's going to be good for us.
Well, I found this story about Bill Belichick because I was coming onto his side there after this walk of shame. I was like, hey, all right, Bill Belichick.
It's good
cool
that you're coming.
stuff. Yeah, in some capacity. But then I found this report. C. Riley sent this in, joshpottershow@gmail.com. It's about Marv Levy, who's a legendary Buffalo Bills coach. He was the coach of the Bills when we went to 4 Super Bowls. Yes, we lost them all.
Oh,
but
4. That was rough.
but he was the coach.
But
the
you went.
best coach we've ever had. We went. Yes, exactly. So Marv Levy's ex-wife came out and shat all over Bill Belichick. Hates his guts. So here's the tea. So it says Patriots fans aren't the only ones who have had just about enough of head coach Bill Belichick. Is that true, Patriots fans? You've had enough of him? The man brought you 6 Super Bowls. Let him have a couple bad seasons. Jesus Christ.
I'll leave it to
And I say
Boston.
that as a guy who wants him gone. Just ask Fran Levy, the wife of former Bills head coach Marv Levy, who ripped the 8-time Super Bowl winner during her husband's recent interview with the Boston Globe. When Marv, 98, the man is 98, Marv Levy.
98 years old.
He's still like,
going.
troops. When Marv Levy gives a speech, he's talking about like war all the time. It's like, it's not that serious, Marv. When Marv 98 was asked last week if he'd provide any guidance for Belichick, whose Patriots dropped 2-8 following a disheartening loss to the Colts on Sunday in Germany, Fran sounded off on the embattled head coach. I think he should retire. I can't stand him. He's a cheater, and he was rude to Marv. Bill Belichick was always jealous of Marv. He's a mean person, and I hope he never wins again. This is Fran.
I wonder,
Levy.
how old is she? I mean, that just... Even you just reading it in your voice, I can hear like an older Jewish woman being like, he was always mean to Marv. Like,
He treated Marv so poorly.
I don't care for that Bill Belichick fellow.
He beat us in the Super
He
Bowl.
was rude.
Marv said in response, don't quote me on that. I'm not saying that. I'm going to have Fran run some extra wind sprints for saying that. Typical Marv, who's like always, it's like, Marv, it's not the 60s anymore, pal.
I'm going to have her.
Come on, troops. Go Bills. That's Google Marv Levy singing Go Bills, the Go Bills song. See if you can find that. And I can do it word for word pretty. Go Bills. That's what he sounds like. Oh, yeah. Let's listen to this fucking ditty.
To the Marv Levy Show. Now, we promised you something special. The new song written by Marv Levy.
Written by Marv
Take it
Levy.
away. Hey, folks, let me
He does it
explain
all.
everything I have. We've done a little practicing before.
He looked
but
old.
for the-
Pause this real quick. Does it say what year this happened?
He's like Leslie Nielsen, just always.
That's
1994.
This is at 1994. This is literally 30 years ago.
And
look at how old he looks there.
I mean, he's 60,
Yeah, he's 68.
68 in the 90s. That felt, 60 used to feel so old when you were a
Yeah,
kid.
he was like gonna die. Like my grandparents died in their like 70s, and he's 90 fucking 8
Dude,
now.
money will keep you alive. And genetics, but
You're
money.
so right. But let's hear. Like, okay, so he's 68. It's 1994. Let's hear the song that he wrote.
Saturday night, before the Miami game, when we met with our team, we made a very rash promise to them. Told them that if they won the game the next day against the Miami Dolphins, I'd write them a fight song, a Buffalo Bills fight song, and our fans. Well, we won the game. Today, they held me to it. I was prepared. We wrote a fight song. People here in the audience right now who've done a little practicing with me.
Just sing the song, Marv.
For all of
Holy
Quit
shit.
stalling.
Buffalo Bills.
We get it. You only have 3 minutes.
All right, okay.
Here we go.
Here we go, folks. Go Bills, for we are here to cheer for you.
Go Bills.
Are your fans so true?
Look at these buffalo-ass people.
So go
Bills fight, Bills go. This song never caught on.
win for Buffalo.
But we pull it out every now and then at a tailgate.
Bills, we're with
Oh my God, this is the buffaloist crowd.
Oh yeah, this is like core memories unlocking right now, baby.
You could see these exact same people if you go to a Bills game today.
Oh yeah, we have not changed fashion. We have not changed looks, facial hair.
Consistency.
Go Bills. Okay, it's over, Marv. All right, that's
Go
good. I mean, look at how
Bills.
much longer is on this fucking video. How many verses are on this fucking thing? Golly. So, I mean,
This is the
every
full
now and
version.
then we pull up a trap remix or whatever once in a while at a tailgate and rock that out. But
And twerk it out.
so Marvin, I didn't know Marvin and Bill Belichick had this like rivalry, evidently, and there's something funny that there's a quote here that says Belichick referenced Marv in a 2009 interview stating, "I'm not going to be like Marv Levy and coach into my 70s." Now Belichick's 71 and coaching still, so not one of his finer statements.
What a fool.
What
Yeah.
a fucking idiot.
I mean, he could just retire. It's like, I think you did it. You could just go fuck.
yeah, he's
Go fuck.
I guess, and it's also like we were just saying, like 70 now seems younger than 70, 30
Yeah,
years
like when
ago.
I think of 70 now, I don't even think that's old.
Right. I mean,
It's like older, but I'm like, oh, you got life ahead of you.
yeah, I feel like I'm almost there.
Are you? How old are you?
37.
I mean,
I'm not
same.
making it to 70 if that's, I'm like, oh my Lord, what a mountain to climb I have to get there.
Dude, oh, fuck. That's going to suck. I'm just going to be riddled.
Riddled with what? Cancer?
Rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh, okay.
I have it now. I just
Oh
like.
no. Does it get worse? Is that like a progression?
It's progressive, but I mean, like it's it's not like a same timeline for everyone, so it could just.
Well, maybe with AI or something we can fix it.
I just hope if I hit the point that I can't walk, I'm successful enough to have people carry me out to stage, put me in my seat, and then I just sit there like Joni Mitchell does now when she sings at concerts.
I always wondered about that, like if I go blind. I don't have anyone in my life, so it's like I lose my independence, but like also who's taking care of me?
Your dog.
I'm a ward of the state all of a sudden, you know?
Do you get any like services for that?
No.
I used to. My first job out of college.
I'm
was
not blind
Division
enough.
of Blind Services.
I'm too blind to fly an airplane, and I'm not blind enough to get the stuff.
Can't fly an airplane. If that makes you feel better, probably doesn't.
No, I couldn't think of another example. I'm too blind to, I don't know.
I mean,
I can't. I do pretty much anything I want.
and what it's progressive. What you got?
It is, but we've slowed it down.
Really? With like meds or?
No, I had multiple surgeries.
Oh shit. Well, we don't have to get into eyeball stuff. Come
No,
on
it's
my
fine.
podcast. We'll talk about your eyeballs.
I did Steph's podcast. Steph, I can never say
Steph
her last
Infection.
name. Is it
Steph
Tolev?
Tolev?
Yes, I always say her name wrong.
I think a lot. My GPS does too. It's fine.
And I did her podcast. It hasn't come out yet, but she asked me all about. I get very detailed, and she hates eye stuff. So she gets all creeped out the whole time.
How do you have that podcast? An eye is obviously you're gonna get eye stories.
Hey, she brought it up. I didn't. All right. But that's it for sports. You're a real trooper.
Ba-dum, bum, ba-ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-dum.
It's time for the news.
Yay!
I got this
news.
email. It says, "Hey Josh." By the way, joshpottershow@gmail.com. If I haven't said it enough, that's where you can send all your emails and send some more. It says here, "Hey Josh, I've been listening to your show since day one. I'm a first-time reporter. I was listening to Kirsten's game show episode, and I was reminded of this story recently in Akron. It's pretty wild, but the suspect looks just as wild. I hope you enjoy the read, Ryan." So Kirsten, she's not here today, but she made a game show for us regarding fast food crime, because we often have crime that occurs in a fast food restaurant. So we were doing a match game. Which crime goes with which fast food
restaurant?
chain?
Oh, it's a great game.
So I'm going to leave the fast food chain out of my mouth. You can don't put it on the screen. I don't want any spoilers. Unless you could pull up the picture of the man. Last Thursday, a woman named Danielle was running errands with her 3 young sons. You have to guess, by the way, the fast food.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we're doing here.
I
Did you already
saw
see it?
Yeah.
Damn it. See,
But you know what? I'm going to listen and I'm going to tell you
Well, maybe
what I would think it was.
All right. Maybe the folks at home can guess. Last Thursday, a woman named Danielle was running errands with her 3 young sons. I sound like I'm doing Casey Kasem all of a sudden. I'm like, we have Danielle running 3 errands with her 3 young sons.
Casey Kasem. Fuck.
Long distance dedication. They decided to head across South Arlington Road in Greene to Taco Bell. I'll say the fucking restaurant.
Oh, damn it.
A warm summer day. She had the windows rolled down and they put in the minivan in park in the drive-thru. The only customers in line. They were the only ones there. Right when I started ordering, that's when I heard the car door open, completely unlocked, she said. He got in so easy. I looked over and I just saw him sliding into the passenger seat. And there were no words to describe how terrified I was.
Just a man getting in her car?
Yes.
The
just
fuck?
Just walking in. You ever do that with an Uber on accident? You get into the wrong car?
No, but I've had people get in my car, not in
thinking
years,
you were
thinking it's an Uber, and screamed.
Where was I? I was in Albuquerque at going to a show.
Doing
I called an Uber and I get out I'm at the hotel. I walk out. I just willy-nilly get into a car and there's 2 women in the front seat and they're like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh my God, I am so sorry. And they laughed or whatever. I'm obviously not a menacing presence. Well, to a degree, but I mean,
or your underwear.
I can be overpowered. I feel like by
you're less afraid if you're like, I could take him if it came down to it.
Exactly.
I could fight him.
Yeah. So they weren't that. They laughed or whatever, but I was like, that could have got real sketchy.
They just beat the shit out of you.
I'll tell this afterwards, but I did get carjacked one time this way.
You got carjacked?
Mm-hmm. Back home in college. So anywho, right when I started ordering, that's when I heard this guy climbs into the car. Climbing into her unlocked car was a man the Summit County Sheriff's Office identified as 44-year-old Mark Carlson. Do we have a picture of him? According to the Sheriff's Office, Carlson had previously...
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's just say this isn't the guy you want to... Oh, I'm sorry, this isn't my Uber?
This a second ago. I thought this was an ad for the Gathering of the Juggalos.
So this guy gets in the car, and according to the Sheriff's Office, Carlson had previously carjacked someone in Akron, but had ran out of gas. From there, officials say he tried to carjack someone else at the BP gas station before heading next door to the old Taco Bell.
Where are you going?
Yeah, that's a great question. You're not going to disappear, my friend.
Yeah, we'll find you. Yeah.
We can find. You've done something to identify yourself, I'm afraid. All of a sudden, he just turned and he looked at me and he just started jumping over the center console. He just started coming at me. Fearing he may have been coming after her children, she fought back but realized she didn't have anything to defend herself with. She said that Carlson began pushing her, opening the front driver's side door behind her and attempting to push her out of the car. I was like, I have kids in the back. And he still continued to say nothing, and we were struggling.
Fuck?
Now, if you were to carjack that car with the children, now he's got kidnapping.
Kidnapping. I think he might have kidnapping charges.
I would have, if I'm him, I'm throwing the kids out of the car along with her,
Yeah, or just being like, get the fuck out.
Take your dumb fucking kids too, please.
Jesus.
Danielle said he then put his foot on the gas, and she grabbed the steering wheel, crashing into the Taco Bell, pinning her between the frame of the car and the car door, or the frame and the car door. Danielle described Carlson driving forward and backwards, trying to shake her from the car. There were no words to describe the amount of pain. It was the worst burning pain being smashed like that. She's like the woman in, you ever see Signs?
Oh, yeah.
His wife, he M. Night Shyamalan drives the truck into the woman, and they're like, she's still alive.
Wait, he was the driver?
But if we remove, he puts himself in all his movies.
Fucking dork.
And he was the driver. Yeah, he was the dork. And so the wife in Signs was impaled by the car against a pole, and if they moved the car, she would die.
Oh, that's why that's like a story that lives in my head.
Yes.
Wow.
They're like, as long as we keep the car there, she'll be alive. So they're like, do you want to say goodbye? What world would they let that happen? Where they're like, she's suffering, but we got to wait till her husband gets here before we put her out of her fucking misery.
Yeah, just kill me now.
Yeah, this woman's like, they're like, your husband's about 20 minutes out, so.
Oh, that means 30. He's he's stopping at Taco Bell.
Hold on, yeah.
I'll be there in a second, honey.
So this woman's getting smashed into a brick wall. He was,
Fuck.
He said nothing. He stared straight ahead. There was no emotion. My kids were screaming in the back for me. I can still hear those screams. I couldn't help them. She's like, fucking... what's her name in yeah, or like in Silence of the Lambs. She's like, I heard the lambs. They were screaming. Danielle yelled for her sons to unbuckle and run, trying to open the back doors of the minivan. However, she was overpowered, falling from the car. Carlson drove away. Inside were her 3 young sons.
Oh, my God.
He just drove off with all 3 kids. He drove away with my babies.
And
I
they lived happily ever after. And he started a band.
It sounds like the start of a movie The Rock is in or whatever, where it's like, and then he's babysitting them and they win him over. They're like, he's a
serial killer.
He's a curmudgeon-y serial killer.
But he's got a soft spot.
But now with a heart of gold. He just kept saying, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. This is the son's reaction. Yeah.
Oh, no. He's never going to recover.
Well, here's why. I'm sorry. I missed the paragraph. Her 2 oldest boys managed to jump out of the minivan, running back to their mother. The eldest, Josh, had stayed in the minivan as long as he could, attempting to grab the 2-year-old brother from the car.
Did they say how old they were?
I don't know what the other ages. It doesn't say the other ages. But it does say that...
this is why you don't use a car seat.
Yeah, right. And put your kids in the front
6,
seat.
5, and 2.
6, 5, and 2. And if she would have had one of them in the front seat, you would have had a little more difficulty.
Yeah.
So all these rules, don't put your children in the front seat because they might fly out of the window.
Okay, well, we need to stop a carjacker with face tattoos.
Exactly.
What am I supposed to do? It's a minivan. I'm at Taco Bell. I'm high risk.
Exactly. Lock your doors, people.
Jesus.
He just kept saying, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. He just kept saying, Nicholas is going to die because of me. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
According to the county sheriff's office, Carlson took off with the toddler in the car, driving to a Circle K where he left the child. Who was then reunited with Danielle. Danielle said the undercover police officer was at the Circle K and helped the boy. While the boys were physically fine, with the exception of a few bruises, the emotional damage has been done.
Oh, yeah. They will not. The 2-year-old in the back's not going to know why he has crazy anxiety every time somebody else enters a room.
And while he's in a drive-thru getting fast food.
Yeah, in college, they're going to be like, let's hit Taco Bell. And he's going to just start getting the sweats and be like, I got to get out of here.
This kid's fight or flight every time he's trying to get a McDouble.
Yeah, he takes a bite of a chalupa and just has a seizure. God help me!
He just is like a Nom Vet every time he's eating a chalupa.
No, I only go to Arco. I can't go to Circle K no more.
They're not sleeping now. They don't want to go to school. Well, that's an easy.
Yeah, well,
I would never go to school.
I milk the shit out of that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I can't go in the car to go to school.
Oh, the school reminds me of the man with the tattoos on his face.
Cafeteria food smells like Taco Bell.
Danielle has a fractured leg and is grappling with a mix of emotions. She tells 3 News that she and her boys will participate in trauma therapy, and she's already signed up for self-defense classes to take control and feel empowered.
I don't know that those do anything.
It's like that ever since that movie. What's that Jennifer Lopez movie where she enough?
Yeah, but it's like, okay, do you look like Jennifer Lopez? Mm-mm. No, and it's who has time to train like that?
It'd be hilarious. I always thought if at the end of enough, the guy still beats the shit out of her.
I wasted so much money on those classes. That's what I think with I mean, I do a bit about it, but the fucking bullshit advice they give you as a woman, do you know about how
the keys
the fingers?
Like Wolverine?
Yeah, fucking like a shitty Freddy Krueger, and I'm like, then you just die looking stupid.
Yeah,
with your keys.
I mean, you wouldn't hold them. You're not gonna get rigor mortis with the keys in there.
Speak for yourself.
Although the arthritis
hands are already clutched around them, so they just find me with 2 little claws like a dead fucking beaver.
What else do they tell you in those things?
You regularly turn around, when you're on walks. You're supposed to do a full 360s. And I'm like, you're just supposed to look crazy enough that they go, I don't want to fuck with her, is, I think, the truth.
My friend's dad always told me, if you're about to get into a rumble,
this move,
don't look behind you. Because that'll, make it look like you're fearful of them.
Okay, your friend's
dad
is a psychopath who probably stabbed somebody.
Yeah, this was bar fight rules, probably.
Never look back. It shows fear. And that's when you get beat over the head with a bottle. I mean, it's a real toss-up of looking back or keeping your head, one look away, and you could just get swiped. I don't know. I'm little. Who am I fighting? I almost got carried away by probably human traffickers in Cabo once.
Oh my Lord.
I was at the Cabo Comedy
Festival.
Festival.
Someone just grabbed you?
Yeah, everyone's walking into this bar. Everyone's like, woo, tequila. We just finished our shows. a group of us, and of course I have these fucking white lady vacation braids in my tiny dress, and
cultural appropriation braids.
Oh, to a T.
Mm-hmm.
But I paid for this service to get them braided. I'm supporting the culture. These two guys were just openly selling cocaine, like pick me up. And the only person to help me was Candace Thompson.
Oh my Lord.
All these other comics are just like, let's do shots. And she's like, get her down. And I was just like, guys, I'm being taken.
I think that, you would have been in a barrel on a ship by the night's end.
It was horrifying, but also I was like, okay, so I'm like hot enough to be trafficked?
That's what I would always, if I was a woman.
I am thin.
I would be kind of like, oh, I get to live on a boat and do heroin?
Blonde was the right choice.
They're going to force feed me heroin?
I mean, honestly, I can't be held responsible for an addiction at that point. I heard heroin's fun.
Some people where they talk about fear of traveling. There was a girl that I used to talk to, and she was
Look at you.
It wasn't in that way.
Oh.
But it,
just in
she just was an insufferable person, but she also was like, I can't go to Denmark. I'm going to be trafficked.
Trafficked?
I don't know how to say that word.
I'm going to be, dude, the fear, it's like.
I go, they're not looking for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is always the person that.
Yeah.
They're not, it's always the like big slob in the group of girlfriends
you're
who's like, don't talk to us. And you're like,
yeah.
Right, security Sally, thanks for sending everyone away.
They're going to need a bigger boat to traffic you, lady.
They're bringing in a U-Haul.
Carlson was arrested, BT dubs, and is facing a number of charges, including kidnapping. So he did get that kidnapping charge under his belt there. So I did get carjacked, though, in college.
What happened? So how does that work?
I was at the bank, and I went into the bank to take out money so I could go buy a book, which was like probably $3,000.
Dude,
that's
college
how much
textbooks
cost.
I wonder if they're still like that. Go fuck yourself.
I'm sure now that they probably charge you an equal amount just to download it on your phone, which you're like, that's crazy. I'll just download my friends.
And how much of that do you even read? It's like, it's fucking
It's
hell.
a racket.
I remember Amazon was brand new when I was like getting into college. And I think that maybe helped lower prices, but
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. Don't even go, kids. If you're out there and you're thinking about it, don't.
It literally, if you don't have like a specific science that you need that degree for or something to get, like, what a fucking waste. I mean, I had fun.
I didn't have any. I could have had the same amount of fun.
Where'd you go to college?
Canisius College, a Jesuit school in Buffalo.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
It was horrible.
I went to University of South Florida.
When they call me and they're like, "Will you donate to the?" I go, "Donate to the college? You're lucky I don't burn it to the ground."
I did donate.
What? Yeah, no, I mean, I thought you were saying after the fact, but yes, my tuition was the donation. I don't know if you're aware. The government is taking money from me for the loans.
Yeah.
They garnished my wages for 5 years.
Oh,
you got your donation.
That's fucked. Yeah, I still have some loans.
I mean, I didn't even graduate, and it was like $70,000.
Yeah, no, I have hassled they stopped calling me years ago.
Yeah, mine's.
But I just was like, you think I give a fuck about my credit score? Kiss my ass.
Exactly. That's what at one point I just said, I'm not paying it. And then all of a sudden I got my wages garnished for but then I found out they can only garnish so much.
A certain percentage.
Yeah, well, a certain percentage, but also so much, like to the point where they're like, we're done.
They're like, we've
literally done the worst we could to you. It's over now.
How much is that?
I was 15% of my post-tax check for 15 years or something.
I'm just trying to mentally prepare.
For 10 years, excuse me. Or 8 years or something like that. I don't really know, but it's over now.
There was a little while where I would, whenever I got paid, put my money into Nicole Amy's Schreiber's Venmo.
Oh my God, just so that you could hide it?
And when I went on the road, she had like, I had like a thing full of cash. I would always take cash out because I was like, you're not getting a fucking penny
just so you
me.
could hide it, they couldn't freeze your bank accounts?
Yeah. So it's
yes,
like,
I get
try
that.
to garnish it. I don't have shit.
My father had some tax troubles, and he had his name on a couple of my bank accounts. Like from when I was a kid, like I had like a joint bank account because I couldn't open one, so like his name was just on it. So it froze my shitty little bank account. I'm like, what's going on? Why is I have money in there? Why is it not working?
Pokemon card money.
And they're like, it's been frozen. The IRS froze it. So I call my dad. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, yeah, all my assets were frozen. And I'm like, oh, sick. Well, I have no money now.
Okay, well, I need my assets?
Yeah, my assets have been weirdly frozen too. But nevertheless, I took money out to get this book, probably every cent I had, by the way, to get this book, thankfully. And
Do you
so
remember
I
what
go
book
back.
it was?
I have no idea.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. And then I go back to the car and I'm about to drive to school to go purchase this thing, and a guy just gets into my back seat.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, what's going on? And he goes, I just need a ride. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, take me to some corner or whatever. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, so do you believe in God? And like saying all this weird shit. I just took the guy because I didn't know if he had like a gun back there or like what.
I probably would have done it just because I'm a people pleaser. I've been like, all right.
Well, that's what I'm trying to keep it all like light. You know what I mean? And so I'm just like, well, this guy just got in and is like drive. And I'm like, this is fucked up. This is weird. So he has me drive him all around. He asks me for my wallet. I give him my wallet. He takes the book money. I'm like, sick. You know, that's all the money that I had. And I'm definitely not buying this fucking book now. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't that eventful other than like I drove him all. He basically made me drive him like around all these different circles, and he would like check on places to see if he could go there. It was very strange. And I ended up not like remembering where I was by the end of it, you know?
So you were like lost?
Yeah.
But you didn't take the car.
It is Buffalo, so I know how to get it. No. I just dropped him off and then I left. And I remember I like called my dad and told him what happened. I was kind of in shock, you know?
Yeah.
And I called my dad and told him what happened. And he like made me come get him and drive him back to that place.
And he's just waiting there.
And I was like, what are you going to do if we find this guy? You're just going to get murdered.
Yeah, he's a crazy person.
So it was very odd and strange. I was like, my dad's like, let's just drive around and look for him. I'm like, and then what?
That's so, dude, the level with which, that doesn't surprise me though. I feel like every man goes into, or at least maybe every dad goes into
I would
like
never do that.
Hyper vigilant, the fucking old men and their need to like think that they're at war. I mean, the way like an old man will get mad over a property line or something, it's
Yes.
like, go inside.
Your hedge is over my property line.
Dude, my dad used to like regularly measure it, and it's like, fucking get a hug. What are you doing? This is why we're at war. You see, just that's like the smallest scale. Like, you're encroaching on my grass. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's fucking silly. That's why I'll always rent. You never care about your property line when you rent.
Take that, economy.
Yeah.
I'll always rent too. And that's why. Not because I definitely could never afford a house. It's a statement.
It's a state. So you fly in a lot of planes, just like I do.
I do.
Tell me this is not the scariest incident on a plane of all time. Ready? A flight had to be diverted back to its origin airport after a horse became loose in the cargo hold.
A horse?
A horse
can get on a plane?
A horse can be in the cargo hold?
I didn't even know that was I'm sorry. No. A horse can be in the cargo hold, and you're charging me $100 for an extra fucking bag? There's a fucking horses down there? Fuck you, dude.
Imagine just being on a plane and you're like,
51 pounds.
He's galloping underneath the thing. What is this, Dumbo drop? Why do we have a horse on board?
That's it. Yeah. Also, drive your horse. Ride the horse. Where are you going?
Like the olden days. A horse should not know what it's like to fly. An incident which happened shortly after takeoff from New York's JFK Airport forced a Boeing 747 to turn back from Boston. The flight, operated by specialist charter airline Air Atlanta Icelandic, had been bound for Liège in Belgium. Am I saying that properly? Liège, excuse me.
I don't know. I don't even know what it's spelled like. I was just making things up.
The reconstruction of the incident, uploaded to a YouTube channel named You Can See ATC. The information, which cannot be independently verified, claims the incident on flight number CC4592 happened shortly after 4:06 p.m. It adds that the pilot reported the incident of the horse getting loose at around 31,000 feet, requesting that they be allowed to return to New York. How do they know it was loose? They just hear like...
They just like, what the hell is that? Horse being like, how do I get on the Wi-Fi?
Where's the drink cart? Yeah. Wilbur.
Demanding free whiskey.
Do you think any kid out there knows Mr. Ed? I'm over here like, Wilbur. Everyone's like, what the fuck is he doing?
It's a damn shame if they don't. But
it's a television show from...
Literally no one knows
well before my time.
I know. I was like, what is it? From the 20s?
Yeah. It's a show in black and white where an owner talked to his horse.
Did the horse talk back?
Oh, it did.
Oh.
Wilbur, he would say, and he'd be like, he'd give advice. It's the amazing Mr. Ed. I don't know why I watched this show as a kid, or how, or where I found it.
I remember seeing clips of it, but I can't.
It's got to be Nick at Night.
Yeah, I watched a lot. I used to have insomnia. I used to watch Nick at Night.
Dude, I loved Nick at Night. I have an old soul. Green Acres, forget it. Happy Days,
Green
Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Man.
Green
you know the
acres
rest?
spread out far and wide. Take Manhattan, just give me that countryside. And then she goes, New York is where I'd rather stay. I get allergic just smelling hay. I can't remember the rest.
Those were the days.
Oh, that's
Dude,
the other good
old
one.
school TV. It's just not
TV
like
shows
it
used to, now TV
We used to
shows
have a message.
We used to have theme songs. Now it's like, get me to the action. It's like, bam, bam, bam. They put the credits over the first scene.
It's insane. Yeah, themes they used to set up the premise of a show.
Yes.
The things. I remember the Nanny. It's just like, here's what you're getting.
yeah. The nanny's like,
She was working in a bridal shop. In Flushing. It's like this woman lost her job, showed up at a man's house, and he's like, "You could be the nanny of my kids." And then they just started it like that. You get it.
That's how she became the nanny. Yes, I remember all that.
Mr. Sheffield.
That's good.
God, it's all I've got.
And now she's like, SAG-AFTRA. I don't know what she's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like the leader of that.
They need to pay us more for our residuals now that the nanny's on the Netflix and I'm not being able to upkeep my hair like I used to. What? But it worked. They were like, put Fran Drescher up there, and then they'll be like, anything to shut her up. My ears are bleeding. My God, it's piercing me. It was a great show.
There is quite literally no explanation as to why a horse was on this plane.
Yeah, that's the real question.
It just was. The pilots landed back in JFK after dumping 20 tons of fuel. They also requested the help of a veterinarian, as the horse was described as being in difficulty.
Was it supposed to be tranquilized and it didn't work, you think?
Probably.
And then, I mean, imagine you get tranquilized, you wake up in a dark cargo hole. You're going to freak out.
Sounds like what could have happened to you down in Cabo or wherever you were.
That horse was being trafficked for cocaine.
It may be one of the stranger reasons for a flight diversion, though unscheduled landings are fairly common. In July, a mid-air brawl between passengers. Well, that's different. We can't compare a horse on board to a fucking... But you ever see the movie The Ring?
Like the horror movie?
Yeah.
Well,
so there's
maybe,
like
I think.
The scariest scene in The Ring is when they're on this ship and they're like transporting horses, and a horse like freaks out, and it's like you see its eye gets all creepy. It gets scared because like the ring is happening. I don't remember why I got scared, but it like runs off the side of the boat. And just like kills itself. It just runs off the side of the boat.
Into the water.
And I remember being freaked out about that. And you just see the horse under the thing, and then the propellers eat it up, and it's all the blood comes out of the back.
Dude,
of the
Hollywood loves to be like, and then we'll have a dead horse.
Dead horses are like, there's something weird about it. I don't know.
That's all they do in Hollywood. World War II and dead horses. Dude, do you know how when that movie came out, how they promoted it in LA? They were leaving just random VHS tapes like on the street.
Ooh.
Isn't that crazy?
In a time when probably DVDs were pretty prominent.
Yeah, but wasn't that the thing that you put is that why?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
But we weren't watching VHSs at the time, so this
nobody
is like,
markets like that anymore.
You know, that's what they call grassroots.
Yeah, but
word of mouth.
I would have just been like, what it like.
I would have found it and been like, first of all, if I found a VHS,
1984?
I would have never picked it up. First of all,
yeah, no, yeah, that maybe got one person in the theater.
I would have kicked it or something and been like, "There's a garbage." I would go, "LA's so dirty."
Yeah, I would be like, it's probably got hepatitis on that thing.
Some hobo's gonna make a roof out of this fucking thing.
Someone's just living in a house made of Ring DVDs.
Promotional Ring DVDs.
Smoking meth in a Ring
VHSs. The music for that was always like ring ging ging, and then this lady looks out the. I forget how it goes. You know that like sound the Ring makes.
Oh yeah, or that. Remember? Did you see The Grudge? That like.
I used to be able to do that. Hold on.
Me too. I think I lost it. Did I puberty out of it? Oh yeah, you're doing it.
Hell yeah! Hire me, Grudge.
Yeah.
Grudge 9.
It's also what he sounds like when he comes.
Yeah, I just go.
When he came in that girl.
There's people who talk like that. They're just like, Jessica.
Yeah, that like LA vocal fry.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's what The Grudge is.
Out. And you're like, well, that can't be your real voice.
The Grudge is just some LA douche like, so we're gonna have to reschedule the meeting for tomorrow.
Yeah, I forgot about a Reiki session I have.
I'm gonna have to reschedule. Well, this next, I feel like this next story is going to ring true for you.
Uh-oh.
because I'd imagine you're where I'm at. I think we should ban Joker costumes.
Yeah.
And not ban them. And here's why. Because only one of two people are still wearing Joker costumes in the year 2023.
Yeah. Murderers or hacks.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. What did I write down here?
You're either going to hack me up or you're going to do hack jokes.
I said you're a virgin who is very mad about it, or you're a violent sociopath and you're dying to tell everyone.
Yeah. It's like, what are we... Yeah, anyone who's like got a weird obsession, like that's their favorite character, a red flag. Like...
And it's one thing if like the movie just came out. Like
yeah,
sure, it was
fun.
like the most popular costume. And by the way, the Joaquin Phoenix one, it came out in... At this point, 2019, it's like, it's done, dog.
Yeah.
You're late to the party. You can't even do that one. So in this case, a pedicab driver was dressed as the Joker. I'd imagine the Heath Ledger version of the... No matter what version you do, by the way, you're still a hack. If you did Jack Nicholson and you were like, have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? You'd be like, this guy's a loser. And so this guy, Heath Ledger, all the way, you can tell. He's like, you want to know how I got these scars?
In a pedicab? Yeah, crashing, probably. Heroin needles?
So he was dressed as the Joker and packing a loaded 9mm handgun, and he's facing felony charges after allegedly battering a female customer during a Halloween fair dispute in Orlando.
A Halloween fair dispute? Honestly, in Orlando, she might have started it.
Well, let's find out. The incident occurred at 2:15 a.m., November 1st,
okay.
Orlando City Hall... Or it actually occurred across from Orlando City Hall and triggered around 11 separate 911 calls. Morris and Deborah Smoot, the victim, apparently argued about a $15 charge. Deborah Smoot. I wonder what she was dressed as. When cops arrived on the scene, Smoot was found on the ground crying and yelling, and she appeared to have swollen legs, which were reddish. Smoot, I mean, that's just making fun of her legs. He's like, I actually hit her in the head. Had nothing to do with her legs. Her legs are just gross and swollen. Smoot described her assailant as a black male dressed as the Joker. That's weird when a black guy is the Joker, right?
Well, at least it maybe like greatly decrease the incident of them getting the wrong guy.
That's very true. Also, but it is weird to have like he's got white face on. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It looks more like a problematic, 1930s, minstrel character at this point, just with faded makeup. I mean, it's kind of a strange choice. I don't know.
He just looks like he needs lotion.
Thank God the Joker went with white face paint. Otherwise, we'd have a lot of incels doing blackface out there.
I mean, my God. And they're like, no, it's the Joker.
So she described the assailant as a black male dressed as the Joker with the word damaged on his forehead. In 2016 Suicide Squad movie, the Joker played... Oh, so this is Jared Leto. Excuse me. Excuse me, Joker aficionados. This is the Jared Leto Joker, not Heath Ledger. I'm sorry.
Whoops-a-daisy.
My bad. I easily confused. Seen above, Morris was quickly apprehended while still in the area of on his pedicab. What is a pedicab? Is that the bike?
Yeah, it's the little with the pulling.
It's not even a cool cab. It's a dumb bike cab.
I mean, was this some sort like someone arguing over $15?
Yes.
It's late at night.
And it was on that dumb bike thing. Like, here's the thing.
I also wonder, look, this is not a PC thing to say.
Say it.
How big is Deborah Smoot? And do they charge extra? I mean, sometimes I see these little skinny biker guys hustling up a hill, and I'm like, dude, if you don't tip that guy.
Oh my God, it's such an... Could you imagine the audacity of being a large lady and going, you know what I'm going to do? Make a guy pedal me to the next destination.
But it's at least be like, hey, I know, and don't worry, you will be compensated.
I would be like...
You want me to pedal?
Can you handle this? I would actually ask. I'd be like, you see me. What are we talking here? I'll give you extra if you can do it. Also, I would just call a car because I would be like, it's inhumane of me to make somebody do this.
It's abusive.
It is.
It's just like, and that's just simple physics, you know?
It's also just being a simple human being. It's
I mean, if you got a big, crazy buff guy on the bike, all right, let's party.
Of course. You got to pick and choose your bike, though.
Yeah,
you can't...
look for that big, you need to find the one with the big butt.
And that brings me to the other point about picking and choosing. Are you, even if a small lady, are you picking the bike pedaled by the Joker?
The Joker?
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen?
He's like, I'm a dog chasing cars. 2 witnesses gave police statements corroborating Smoot's account of being thrown to the ground and relieved of her money. So the guy just like took his money.
Relieved of her money is such a nice way to say robbed.
Yeah, right. I'm going to relieve you of your money.
He said he didn't recall the altercation.
He says here, Morris was quickly apprehended while still in the area on his pedicab. He claimed to not recall any altercation that evening and constantly stated he did not put his hands on anyone. When Orlando police officers searched Morris, they discovered a Taurus pistol inside an army green crossbody bag on him, loaded with a magazine and had a round chambered. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know shit about
possession
guns.
of a fire. But was he not? Here's what I don't understand. I thought Florida was like an open carry state.
It is if you have a license for that gun, I think.
He must not have.
Yeah, Morris was charged with, I think it's also like and I'm getting in the weeds here because I don't know anything about this stuff.
Me neither.
Conceal carry is like different than
open.
Yeah, I don't really know. Morris was charged with battery, a misdemeanor, and 2 felonies, robbery and possession of a firearm during a commission of a felony. He was subsequently freed from custody after posting bonds totaling. Yeah, this guy just has $10,500
Well, yeah,
on hand.
he spent Halloween robbing everyone for his bail money.
I mean, that's a lot of $15 fat ladies you're peddling around. I'll tell you what.
Dude, he's probably got calves of steel now, though. He'll just be running next year. Just giving straight up piggyback rides.
Oh, God.
That's a great workout.
It is a great workout.
Damn.
Maybe I should just get a pedicab and start pedaling around some large ladies.
I think you would do well.
Oh, boy. You want to see a magic trick?
You just slowly rolling backwards down La Cienega. Goodbye, cruel world.
Yeah, I wouldn't make it. I'm just like, no! Falling down a hill. Oh, shit. Well, Jessica, I've had a lovely time with you today. Thank you for coming.
This was
First
great.
time on the show.
Thanks for having me. I had so much fun.
Again.
I would love to come back anytime.
Please tell everyone where they can find you and see you and all that.
Find me all over the internet at JMS Comedy and jmscomedy.com/tour for shows. I'll be in Milwaukee and Georgia and Tennessee and fucking Upper California. I'm coming everywhere. I'm doing
Hell yeah.
Big Mouth and a small town tour. So I'm coming to smaller cities, some smaller towns. I also have a survey. Sorry, now I'm plugging everything. On my Instagram bio, if you click it, you can join my email list and that'll tell me where you are. And that way I can know where people are wanting to see me.
I like that.
And I have a podcast called Ignorance is Blessed.
I'm just talking like the joke. I like that.
I like that.
I love my job. I love it. Anywho, I'm going to be in Buffalo tonight. 2 nights. If you're watching this the day it comes out, that is on the 22nd of November.
He's already blacked out right now.
Helium Comedy Club. Yes, sir. If you're watching this at nighttime, I'm gone. Next week, though, on the 29th of November, it's Josh Potter and Friends at the Brea Improv. I talked about the Friends at the beginning of the show. Please come to that. December 1st through 3rd, La Jolla Comedy Store. And then December 22nd and 23rd, Tampa Side Splitters. Go over to the Instagram at Josh_Potter, Twitter at J_Potter, or just go into the description of this episode. You'll find all the links to everything and more. Click on all the links. Yes, I like that.
Click on those links. I can't do that voice. Click on the links. Do you want to know how I got these scars? It was a bad facelift.
Wilbur. We're doing all the voices, folks. Yeah. Anyhow, I love you very much. Thank you for joining us once again. We'll see you next Wednesday right here on The Josh Potter Show.
Bye-bye.